Hey guys, it is Steven with soulweb.org where internet marketing meets integrity. Please ignore the Loom background. I'm shooting this from my laptop. um, so if many of you got my last email, I asked what you guys were interested in learning, and overwhelmingly the response was paid ads, but specifically it was Google ads and it was Bing ads. And you guys wanted me to walk you through kind of my thought process when I'm building out an account like that. So I'll probably need to break that down into two videos, one for Google and one for Bing. And on this video, we are going to go over Google. So if you're watching this, be sure to comment and let me know what else you'd like to learn about. For those just joining us, I am the marketing director for a very large company and have spent over $100 million on ads. So my goal is to pass some of that knowledge on to you, maybe build a community. And at some point in the future, I'm sure I'll get around to building out a very in-depth course, but not right now. So I don't have anything for sale. But if you're finding me on YouTube, like and subscribe. I post all my content over on soulwebsteve.com. And I hope that, these videos aren't too far apart. We just had a baby, so haven't made anything in like 3 weeks. But you know what? We're going to do the best we can. So what's new with you? Let me know. Feel free to respond to any of my emails or comment. I love keeping in touch with you guys. It's pretty neat. So let's see if we can hop over here to some Google ads without this Loom breaking. Looks like it definitely wants to break, but let me see. Awesome. So this is just a basic Google account that we run for our brand. Um, what I would actually like to show you is probably on a different tab, but I don't know if it's going to let me record. Let's see. Did it work? Maybe. Hard to say. It says I'm sharing my whole screen. So this is an account that I manage for a trailer company in Missouri. Um, if you're interested in having me manage your ads, reach out. I love doing ads. But in this video, I want to walk you through a basic campaign setup and kind of what I look for. So realistically, it starts at the keyword research level. You know, anytime you're going to make a campaign, you need to find the right keywords that are going to resonate with the business that you're trying to help. And so in this specific company, we've got it broken down by, different types of trailers: dump trailers, cargo trailers, trailer dealer, and a bunch of different phrase match keywords. So if we come in here, and I'm going to show you how to find keywords in a second, but I just want to give you an idea of what kind of keywords we're looking at. You can kind of see enclosed trailer, utility trailer, cargo trailer, dump trailer, aluminum trailer, equipment trailer, all these different trailers that people might be looking for that this business offers. Obviously, that's no help to you, so I need to walk you through that process. So the very first thing you want to do before you make a campaign is head over to the keyword planner. And you can just type it in the bar up there and it'll come up. And you have a couple options here. You can get search volume and forecasts, or you can discover new keywords. So I'm going to go to discover new keywords, and I'm just going to start typing stuff in, right? Like trailer, car trailer, fishing trailer, boat trailer, dump trailer, gooseneck trailer. And what this portion of the tool actually does is comes up with keyword ideas that might be relevant. So it's called discover new keywords. So we always start here and we just start, looking. trailer, car trailer, fishing trailer, boat trailer. And so what you'll see here as this breaks down is average monthly searches, a little bit of trend with the 3 month change and the year over year change, and then competition for the keyword on paid ads, medium, high, 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 high. And I'll have to make a separate video at some point to discuss which ones you should go after. But in this video, I just wanted to start simple and walk you through setting up a campaign. So all of these, are relevant. So I'm going to start selecting them. Car trailer, let's see, trailers for sale, dump trailers for sale, enclosed trailers for sale, trailer sales near me, dump trailers for sale near me, car hauler, utility. Like these are all great. Like I'm getting keywords I didn't even put in: motorcycle trailer, enclosed trailer, roll off dumpster trailer. And so what we need to do is go through all of these to find the ones that we think are relevant. And you can expand on it too. You might be like, oh, look, this says used trailers. I need to add that up here. And then I need to look into that. And flatbed trailer. Okay, so this is basically just the deep in the weeds groundwork, right? And then I'm going to explain to you what to do next. But you just need to, find all that seem relevant. My guy doesn't sell ATV trailers, but he does sell trailer axles. That could be useful, or it might be useful as a separate campaign. Cargo trailers for sale near me. Trailer, no, we don't want trailer hitches because we sell actual trailers. Gooseneck trailers for sale. Horse trailers for sale. Enclosed trailers for sale near me. Just so many, right? So I'm obviously getting a lot. I've already got 32 ideas that are all going to be relevant for this business. Dumpster trailer, small trailer perhaps, flatbed trailer, lowboy trailer, trailers near me, gooseneck dump trailer, small trailers for sale, trailer brakes, probably not because that's a trailer part. And then as you're going down, you'll start to see, the ideas start to get less and less. Used cargo trailers, maybe. Small utility trailer dealers, 5x8 trailer. We don't want manufacturers because we sell the trailers. And so that's kind of what we do. We can go all the way through. Once you've got all your keywords selected, assuming you've gone all the way through, and there's 5,000, so you don't have to get all the way, but as much as you can. This is really your opportunity to be thorough because it starts here. But for the sake of this video, and so we don't go on forever, we're just going to go add keywords to create plan, and it's going to say adding your keywords, and then you're going to click view saved keywords. Look at that. Awesome. Now all these keywords are right here in your keyword plan. So let's say I was building out, let's say I wasn't working with this guy already and I was going to build out a campaign. So this particular client, he wants to spend $200 a day on ads. And yes, I also run a marketing agency. My hope is that you could take this and run an agency as well. And feel free to ask me questions. So, all right, we've got all this. The next thing we need to do is turn this into a, basically, I want to get it out of this and into a Google Sheet. So let's see what happens here. And the reason I want to do that is because when somebody has a budget of $200 a day, I am not interested in what's called broad keywords. So there are 3 types of keywords. Okay, there's broad match, which is like, say somebody typed 5x8 trailer and you're going to show an ad for that. Now you're going to show an ad for like 18 different things that may or may not be related to to a 5x8 trailer. Okay, so when you're dealing with a small budget and you want to like funnel things down to be more precise to get the most effect from your ad spend, you don't want to do broad match typically, because what's going to happen is instead of showing up for 5x8 trailer, you might show up for something like, I don't know, somebody actually types in how to buy a trailer, right? And that's not exactly what we're looking for, because there's this theory of intent behind the keywords. Like if somebody is searching a 5x8 trailer, they have a higher level of intent and they're going to purchase. And when you're dealing with smaller budgets, you want to make sure that budget's put to good use. So in this particular count, it's about $200 a day. So we're going to use what's called phrase match. And what phrase match is it means that somebody actually included this in their search. So it might be where to buy a 5x8 trailer, or how to fix my 5x8 trailer. Just the search itself includes 5x8 trailer, okay? And that's all the way down, right? Turtles all the way down. That's a joke, but it's keywords all the way down, phrase match, whole 9 yards, right? So anytime somebody includes the words motorcycle trailer in their search, then our ad will show up. And so that's why we're going to use phrase match. And then, of course, the other keyword match type is exact match. And that's meaning they only typed that in. They only typed in trailers near me. Now, before we continue, what you need to understand about keywords is there's actually two types of keywords in Google, irrelevant of match types, right? So match types means phrase, it means broad, and it means exact. But the way that internally in Google's algorithms and in Google's ad account, the way they categorize traffic and actually searches, is a little bit different. You would think that the keyword means that somebody searched that exactly. That's not exactly what it means. So you have to imagine, so if we go back up to our 5x8 trailer, you have to imagine that the 5x8 trailer part up here at the top is just like, imagine a funnel, not a marketing funnel, but just like a funnel. And within Google's algorithm, 5x8 trailer is going to be at the top. Okay. But somebody might actually search where to buy 5x8 trailer. And then someone else might actually search 5x8 trailer near me. And then somebody might actually search 5x8 trailer with like a typo with 2 E's. And so within Google's system, it's called search terms. So you have keyword at the top, and then you have what the consumers are actually searching underneath it, called search terms. So if I come over here, I can kind of show you what I mean, and then we'll pick up where we left off. See top phrase match keywords. And this guy actually worked with a previous agency, and they weren't doing a good job. So I was able to just be like, hey, look, I'm going to help you. And now he pays me some money every month, and it's great. Everybody's happy. So if I come over to this specific campaign, right, you can see my keywords here, kind of a lot of what we've been searching. And I can see trailer latches is not a good one, but thankfully it's not showing up. I can go to search terms. And in general, when we're dealing with Google data, more data is better. And now you can see what people are actually searching and what it's showing up for. So that's under insights and reports. So that means people are actually searching Illuma trailers. 52 clicks, $45, 5 conversions. Enclosed trailers for sale. Somebody's actually searching that, 7 conversions. And so you just see, like, these are what people are actually physically going to Google and typing in: cargo trailers, Max D trailers, aluminum trailers, etc. And so we see a lot of data here. And obviously I can make a whole thing on how to analyze each section of this and each tab over here and what it does and what kind of insights you can glean, because data analytics is half the job. But for the sake of this particular video, I just kind of want to give you a quick top-down overview. So again, these are search terms. They're separate from keywords, right? These are the keywords that we're working with over in our Google Sheet. So the next thing we're going to do is go back to our Google Sheet of our keyword research, and we're going to highlight all of this. We're going to highlight all the keywords. And obviously this could be way more thorough, but I wanted to keep it here, especially when you're dealing with smaller budgets. The next thing we're going to do is go over to Google and type in keyword toaster. And the reason we're going to do that is because I'm lazy and it makes things simple. And we're going to deselect broad match. We're going to deselect broad modified. And we're going to deselect exact. And we're going to select phrase. Phrase. Come on. I must have messed something up. Basically, what this tool does, let me see here. Phrase. Phrase. Okay, hold on. It's cracking me up. That's not what I want. That's not what I want. Phrase. There we go. What this tool does is takes your keywords and sets the match type for you to just paste directly into Google, right? And now I can tell it's phrase match because in Google systems, they use quotations. Quotations signifying that any search is just going to include these, okay? So now we're getting to the fun part, right? We're getting to the fun part of we've got the keywords. Now we need to set up a campaign. So let me walk you through that real quick. And you need to follow these instructions to a T, because Google, in all its wisdom and all its might, has decided that the best thing that they can do to increase their revenue is make ads confusing for people. And they will waste your money if you let them do that. So be sure to follow these steps to a T. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to click Create Campaign, and we're going to click New Campaign. Next, and obviously you can optimize for sales, but for this, let's just optimize for leads, and we'll have to walk through how to set up a proper pixel and conversion pixel. Once you select what you're optimizing for, you come down here and you can select your goals. You can add goals, you can remove goals. We'll continue with that in a second. Once you've selected leads, hit continue. Then it's going to say select your campaign type, and there's all these different types, and they all do different things. Video is going to be for YouTube. Shopping is going to be for Google Shoppers. Demand Gen is a product that they use to show ads across all Google platforms. Display is garbage. Never use it. Performance Max can be okay for e-commerce when it's set up correctly, but for this case, we're going to select search because we want to target people that are searching. So then it says, select the way you'd like to reach your goal. Lead form submissions, phone calls. And this is already set up in the account, but let's say you wanted to have your phone number also show up in the search results. You would put that here, whatever that is. I just made that up. And you're going to name your campaign. Now, when you're naming your campaign, it needs to describe what's in the campaign, and it needs to include the date. So my typical campaign structure would look like this: 11/20. Phrase match keywords, trailers, trailer dealers, etc. Right? Just that way you know three things. You know what the campaign is targeting, you know what date you made it, and then you know the keywords that it's targeting. Trailers, etc., etc., etc. Feel free to use whatever you want. Then it's going to ask, what do you want to focus on? Obviously, I want leads, Google. That's really what I want. And it says, okay, how much do you want leads for? You don't know yet, because theoretically, we've never made this account. So we're going to turn that off later on after you've gotten 30 conversions and can see an average. If you feel like Google is spending too much money in the wrong ways, you can come over here and set a target cost per action to keep it in line with your client or company's target goals. So I'm going to turn that off because I really want to maximize conversions and start getting data. Once I see what the data says and what my average cost per conversion is, then I can kind of mess with this to play with budgets. Then you're just going to hit next. And then this is where they get tricky. This is where they're going to show your ads on websites that are not relevant to people that are not searching, and they're going to drain your budget. Turn it off. Same thing here. Google Display Network is garbage. Turn it off. It's awful. You don't want any of these. If you disable these two, it allows you to only show up when people search, which means it's your perfect targeted ideal customer. Capiche? Okay. Next, you're going to set your location. So this is a trailer dealer. So I'm going to enter a location of Poplar Bluff, Missouri, because that's where they are, right? Now, one thing about this particular client is that they also have customers from all the states around them. And those states include Illinois, Kentucky, Tennessee, Arkansas, and Indiana. Now, obviously, when you're working with a new client, you need, one of the things you're going to need to ask them is where their customers are from and where they want to advertise. And they'll tell you, and so for this particular client, these are the places, right? And of course, Missouri. I need to have that in here. Okay. And then it's going to say, hey, do you want to include people interested in your location? And the answer is no, Google, I don't. I don't want to do that. I only want people that are in these locations. Google's crazy because there might be somebody in Alaska or India who's interested in St. Louis, Missouri, and somebody click. It's $5 for a click, right? Like, that's crazy. No, I don't want that. We want people that are in there, okay? And then you're going to set the language, obviously English, because, well, this is America and English is the primary language. Obviously, if you were in Portugal or wherever, you'd want to make sure that the language is set correctly. Okay, now it's going to say select audience segments. and I don't think there's a trailer audience segment. There's not. So I'm not gonna. I mean, I could do general contractor, autos and vehicles, truck and SUV enthusiasts, pickup trucks. These are all things, right? Commercial vehicles, pickup trucks, diesel vehicles. What you really want to do here is just find things that seem relevant, right? We're just kind of giving the algorithm some peanut butter and jelly, and telling it what direction to go in. Which with search, it's not that complicated because people are going to be searching it. Might even be like boats because people want boats, trailers, fishing equipment, off-road vehicles because people need trailers for that. Campers and RVs potentially. What about industry, right? What about construction? Is there any construction here? Electrician, flooring, plumbing, roofing. These are all people who might need trailers. You can kind of see, what I'm going down here. And don't overthink this, right? Like, we are literally just trying to help people find us who need trailers. And you can get it as in-depth as you want on this. This is just, it's not going to narrow the reach of your campaign. But if somebody that is in the manufacturing industry searches for a trailer, well, Google might bid a little bit more on that search so that you show up. It's going to say, hey, do you want to use broad match keywords? Because then Google can make a lot more money from you if you'll just let us show your ad to people who aren't relevant, who don't really type in what you're looking for. And you're going to say, no, I'm not. It's like, okay, well, can we create the assets for you, please? Please. That way we can waste more of your money. No. Then you can look into more settings for best performing ads. Sometimes you'll get a lot of crappy clicks between the hours of midnight and 5 a.m. So you can set those hours on here to not show ads and only show between like 6 a.m. and 11 p.m. if you want. And then we're going to hit next. And it's going to say, okay, well, let us help you. Please tell us what to find on your out. And you're going to say no. You're going to say skip that. And then you're going to go back to Keyword Toaster over here. And you're going to take your phrase match and you're going to put it in here, right? Enter your keywords. Okay. And then what URL do you want people to go to? You're going to say, okay, well, the website is poparblufftrailers.com. Now, for this campaign, happy to keep this general, right? Because it's just a general campaign targeting general keywords. But for things like my cargo campaign or whatever that are targeting very specific items, I might want to send to the inventory page that shows all our cargo listings. Or I might want to set up a PMAX campaign that's going to show our listings as shopping ads, right? So I'm going to do that. It's going to say, hey, do you want to include a phone number? Yeah, I do, because I want people to be able to search and then click and call. And then it's going to say, all right, what do you want to do for headlines? Well, the very first headline is easy. We're just going to put the business name, right? Because the way that these ads work is you're going to give it the assets and the headlines you want it to use, and it's going to rotate everything up here, including the descriptions. Okay, it's going to say, here's our headline, here's our descriptions, yada, yada, yada. So we're going to start there. We're going to start with the name of the business. Next, we're going to say something that might encompass all the keywords, like trailer dealer in Poplar Bluff, right? And then next we might say something fun. We have trailers at the best prices. And we have trailers at best prices. Dang. And sometimes you have to mess with it. Trailers at best prices. One thing to keep in mind is they don't allow you to use punctuation. They don't like that. So once you have a couple, thing in here that's gonna, start to appear up here. Let's try this. The next easiest thing to do is start adding in keywords, right? So within Google, there's something called Ad Rank. That's more advanced than I'm trying to get into in this video. But one of the things it's going to look at is your keywords up here, right? So if you go back to this keyword list, you can kind of see somebody searches that in. You want to have a high ad rank, so you should probably have something like 5x8 trailer in the headlines. Now, obviously, you're not going to get them all. And this isn't a campaign broken down to targeted trailers. So if we imagine that this is our general ad that's going to show up when anyone searches for things related to the business, we need to make sure that our headlines are general. So we're going to say biggest trailer dealer in Midwest. How about this? Biggest Midwest trailer dealer. Trailers in stock now. Utility trailers and more. Dump trailers and more. Gooseneck trailers and more. Used trailers and more. And the goal here is not to overthink it, right? We're just kind of going through our keywords. You can see it's coming up. Trailers for sale near you. And you can add as many as you want. If for some reason the ad is performing well, you can change them, add more, whatever you want to do. Next, we're going to do a description, right? We're going to go in here and we're going to type Poplar Bluff trailers has all types of trailers in stock now. Visit our website to learn more because I'm running out of room. Visit our site. We have goosenecks, utilities, dumps, and more all in stock now. Check us out. We sell new trailers, used trailers, trailer parts, and do trailer repair. So what the description is, so the headlines all go up here, and then the description changes too. And what Google's going to do is it's going to say which of these headlines perform best based off the individual search, and which of these descriptions perform best. So just remember, the more assets that you add, and it's even got a view ideas, the more assets that you add, the longer it takes to test and figure out what the best one is. And it tells you. So it says your ad strength is average. You're not using enough keywords. That's fair. I'm not going to worry about that. Then it says, hey, do you want to have some images? So you can always come over here and select some images if you want. Specifically, you can upload in the upload section, but this is just images that it's pulled or has available. You may also want to, you could probably get away with free stock images. It's going to say, hey, we're going to just use Poplar Bluff Trailer LLC. And then it's going to ask for your logo. And then we're going to get down to the fun part. And so now we have site links. And site links are these things that pop up down here, or in desktop, they pop up under it. So it'll say Poplar Bluff Trailer Dealer in Poplar Bluff. Site link, site link, site link, site link, site link. And obviously you want to fill these out with as much as you can. Might do that with an about page. Might do that with a contact us page. Might do that with an inventory page. And the reason we're doing that is because it takes up more real estate. So if I go to Google, you'll see what I mean. Look at that. Here's the ad. Here's 4 things under it. Man, that's 4 things before anyone's even scrolled. We've taken up half the page or the whole page, right? And in the game of ads, you want to get eyeballs and attention, so take up more space. And that's what site links do. So fill all those out, as many as you can. And then it's going to say callouts. Callouts are like trailer starting at $999, or we do trailer repair and everything else, right? Like it's literally just going to say, hey, what do you want to call out? So when you do that, and you can see what it'll do over here, it's adding it at the end of your ad. So it's just a good opportunity to load your ad with more content and make it bigger. Bigger the ad, the better. Okay, when you're done, you're going to hit next. It's going to say, how much do you want to spend? Now, this guy wants to spend $200 a day. I'm not going to blow his whole budget on $200 a day on one campaign, but for a freeze match campaign, I might want to do $40 a day, and we'll see. And so the thinking is when you're making a campaign and you're dealing with somebody's budget, you want to make sure it's spread up in different ways. And then you're going to hit next, and it's going to want you to publish it. Boom, your campaign's live. But that's half the battle. You just made a campaign. You also have to optimize campaigns. And what I mean is ads is like a garden, okay? You take your best shot in the dark based off prior experience to see what you think might work best. And then you pull the weeds and help everything else grow. Okay, so that's a basic way to set up a campaign. Let's kind of hop into what we do to optimize. Okay, so over here you can kind of see conversions and things like that. I'll probably have to make another video on how to set that up, but there's already some good videos on YouTube that can walk you through it. You basically take a code, you put it on your website, and then you put other pieces of code to show where you want conversions to fire. So I would watch a tutorial on that. I don't think we'll have enough time to do it in this video because this video's gone on long enough, but I will make one another time when I have time, but it's pretty, it's pretty straightforward. I would just watch a tutorial on YouTube. The idea is we want to communicate back to Google the signals that we want so we can optimize its bid and algorithms, okay? That's the general idea. So that's how you create a Google campaign. When it comes to optimizing, I recommend checking on your campaigns once a week, okay? And what I mean is on things like the campaign that we were about to make, we want to come over here. We want to, first of all, look at the recommendations, but you have to be careful. Some of the recommendations suck. So it's like set a target CPA. I don't want to do that on this particular account. Reason being, the conversion actions aren't set up fully dialed in at the lead level. There's nothing I can do about that because he uses a dealer software. Adjust your budgets and your maximize spend. Basically, hey, spend more money. My client's on a budget. We're not going to do that, so I'm going to dismiss that. Get more conversions by adding broad match. Nope. So like these recommendations are literally about making Google more money for the most part. Wants me to set values for the conversions. I could do that. I'm not going to. Add images to your ads. That's true. If I added images, they would take up more space. That's a good idea. What about prices? Put prices. That could be good. And then it's also asking me to do customer match lists. Oh, hey, let us advertise on search partners. No, because that's not people who search. So I'm going to dismiss that. They're just trying to make them more money. So you have to be careful. Add more keywords. I have these keywords covered in different campaigns. I'm not going to do that either. But check, just check what they're saying. 9 times out of 10, they're trying to make more money. Enable us to create assets for you. No. Unless you're just not good at that. Their assets are okay, but I'm not going to do that because I make pretty good assets myself. I have a lot of experience doing it. Remove the redundant keywords. That could be good. Upload customer match list, which is basically a list of your customers. That could also be good. Take up more space by using a logo. That could be good. I'm just going to, I always check these just to be safe. If there's anything good, use a portfolio bid strategy. I don't want to do that because I want my bid at the campaign level. I don't want it on the whole account. We could fix conversions, but what we have is working. So I'm going to leave that alone. So I always like to browse the recommendations. Realistically, what I need to know is my ad showing up for targeted people? And when people click, are they turning into leads? So to find that out, I'm going to go to the insights on this specific campaign. I'm going to go down to search terms and I'm going to start looking. I'm going to sort by clicks, right? And so there's a couple things I'm looking at here. I'm looking at, is my ad relevant to the people searching for things? And I can tell by the CTR. CTR stands for click-through rate. And that means when my ad shows up, gets an impression, how many people are clicking through. So the average on this campaign is 10%, meaning 1 out of 10 times that my ad shows up, I'm getting a click. I am not getting charged by impressions. I'm getting charged by clicks, and my average cost per click, CPC, is 76%. Of those clicks, 10% fire off a conversion. So my cost per conversion is $7.72. Now, in this particular account, I'm testing multiple different conversions. So these aren't all leads, but a good portion of them are. So when I'm looking at this, I want to see if there's any searches I'm showing up for that are not doing good, right? So 16% CTR, that's great. That's great. Trailer sales near me, interesting. That's a low CTR. But we've only spent $16 in clicks. It's got 1 conversion, might be worth leaving on, right? Thankfully, because we did the work ahead of time and chose phrase match, all of these are going to be relevant, but you can tell how relevant your ad is based to the people that are searching based off CTR. Now, you can increase the CTR on all of these by making additional ads in the campaign. You don't have to have one ad. You can have multiple. So if I'm going through here and I notice that my brand kind of like, so that's not targeted enough with my ad. A lot of my brand clicks are not as good as I would like. Gooseneck trailer could be better. So what this lower CTR tells me is that there's room for improvement, and I could make an ad that's targeting these specific searches that I'm showing up for, right? Like I could, within this one campaign, I could make a second ad. Okay, so maybe that ad will show up, but you can see that the ad is performing. You can see conversions. You can sort by anything up here. So I can sort by cost and then go down to 0 and look at, okay, that spent $8 to get a conversion. Is it worth spending more money to get a conversion? Well, $8 is not a lot of money. So yeah, I think so. And really I'm just going through here and looking. Like if we were to move this to a actual large account and come back over here, which hopefully you're seeing my whole screen, because if not, then I just did all that for nothing. And we were to go to search terms, and we can see, because this is a much bigger account, right? And again, when you're looking at data, you want as much data as possible, at least 2 months worth. We can see, the searches we're showing up for. So these are all relevant. On this side, I'm looking at conversions and cost per conversion. Cost per conversions are all in alignment with our goals because we've been optimizing it for years. $60, $80, $80, $100. Okay, so that one's not good. Timeshare exit in a broad campaign, not good, right? That hasn't done very well. We spent $800, but that's one of our target keywords, so we'll leave it on. This one, not good. $700. I'm probably going to turn that one off. And to do that, you just hit add as negative keywords, save to ad group. And so our goals on this account are typically around $100 or under. And you can see I'm just doing the painstaking work of going in here and pulling these weeds. Wow, that sucks. Pull it, right? Cost per lead in this column. 150, not ideal. Lower CTR, that means it's not relevant. Add as negative keyword. And you don't have to do them all at once. You can actually just check them and then add them as a negative keyword. And so you're just going to go through here and pull things based off a long period of time that aren't performing, right? Look at that. How to get out of a timeshare contract, not performing. Spent $400, not a single conversion. You're cut, buddy. And so what we're doing is, if we imagine that the capital in these accounts is like water, right? The money is like water. We're just telling the water where to flow to accomplish our goals. And so I'm going to start there on every campaign. I'm going to optimize it, right? I'm going to go through every single one of these until we're not spending much money, right? So maybe all the way down to like $50 and be like, hey, this hasn't spent enough data, or $100, this is not enough data, I can't make a decision. But I am going to make a decision on everything else, and I'm going to do that every 2 weeks or at least once a month, whatever. Just pull the weeds from your garden so that it grows. Pull the weeds from your garden. After I've analyzed search terms, I'm going to go to things like ads, right? And I'm going to start looking at how my ads are performing. 150, 130, 130, 130, 130, 126, 110. Obviously, these are all in alignment with our goals. That means the ads are good, right? Obviously, if I had an ad that said, hey, $400, I'm turning that ad off, okay? And realistically, what you should be doing is every few weeks going in here, looking at these ads, right? So if I go to a campaign, right, like this one, and I look at the ads, I want to start making ads to try to beat what I have. So if I have this ad that's doing $100 a lead, and say this is the best ad, this is now called the control. And we're going to create an experiment and see if we can beat it with a different ad every 2 weeks, right? And you do that over time like a garden, and you figure out what your best ads are and what your best search keywords are. And suddenly this whole thing is dialed in, and you're getting leads, for $100 a pop, targeted leads. Now, that'll depend based on your goals, based on your industry, based on everything else, based on the time of optimization. Like for us, $100 per lead is good because our average ticket's 8 grand. So, you kind of get the idea. If this was the trailers, we go back to that. $100 a lead isn't good because we're getting it for, $8, $10. So it just depends on the industry. And we can go into the concept of some other things to kind of play with those numbers outside of the ad account, but it really starts here. So I feel like this video has gone on long enough. I'm sure you have questions. Please ask the questions below, and I will try to get you a video on Bing ads, which are a little bit different, soon, based on time is permitting. But let me know your thoughts on Google. Let me know your questions. Let me know some things you'd like to be learning about, and I'll expand on that in future videos. If you've made it this far, thank you for watching. Go join the school group. There's a link on the website, solewebsteve.com. And if you go over to blog, join the free group. So it's school.com/solewebs marketing hub. I'm going to make sure everything is in there is currently free. So go join it. Okay. That's all for today. I will continue to try to get videos out to you sooner. I hope you have a good afternoon, night, morning, wherever you are. And as always, let me know if you have any questions. I'm happy to help. Thank you and have a good day.